Right, we're over in Hertfordshire on a nice little social with the lads from Mad Baits, and it's only a small lake. And arriving earlier on, the sun was out, and I was immediately drawn to the opposite bank. Bearing in mind I was the first one here for a change. Normally I'm last and I never get a choice of swims. But looking across to the far corner there, it's nice and snaggy, and it's straight away just looked like a prime area for me to fish. Anyway, I'm walking around and having a closer look. They were there. The fish were all sort of like laying under the trees, sunbathing. So I thought this is an obvious area. And not only that, this end of the lake here, with 6 of us on, it gives me a bit of space basically, because it's going to be quite tight. It ain't a big lake. So that was my immediate thought as soon as I walked on the lake. So I decided to go with that. And my approach to fishing in this swim was going to be quite simply just to fish choddies. On looking in the margins, I could see it was quite snaggy. There was a few branches laying on the bottom, and I didn't want to get too close. So I just hoped that with a chod rig approach, I know my rig's always fishing, even if it does land on a bit of crap on the bottom. So that was the way I was going to fish it. And as always, like if I don't know where I'm fishing, I generally start off with like an old favourite of mine. It's caught me many fish over the years. It's a fantastic bait through the winter and the summer, and that's the wicked whites. Accompanied with like one of our pop-ups, lovely buoyant little, I think it's about 14mm pop-up. So that was going to be my approach to start off with anyway, and maybe fish my second rod a bit further down the tree line, because I've been watching the fish cruising up and down. So at last I got myself a decent swim, so I'm more than happy, and when the other lads turn up they can fight over the rest of them. Anyway, as I said, it is a social, but we thought we'd get together and you know, just run through a few baits and things, and basically have a good social and catch a few fish.
Suckers with the gab about. 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 Suckers with the gab about.
The rods went out okay. I could only really give it one cast. I don't want to start like chucking rods over there. And yet again, that sort of backs up my approach by using like a chod rig, because you know, if it gets close enough and I'm happy with it, I'm leaving it. Anyway, prior to casting, I went round and just crumbled up a few of the wicked whites and just scattered a little scattering around in the area. And I was hoping it wouldn't be too long before they started dropping and getting interested. Anyway, I didn't have to wait too long. I was only waiting, I don't know, a couple of hours, a couple of cups of tea and that, and the left-hand rod indicated it pulled halfway up, and I had a feeling there was one on, because it done no more, it just stayed there. I was watching the line move round. I had a tight clutch and a tight line basically, and yeah, picked the rod up and I was into a fish. So yeah, I was well happy. Good scrap, sort of kiting about a bit over to the left, up and down, and it was just nice to get off the mark really, and the fish were there, so I was hoping sooner or later one was going to drop. And thankfully it did, and I caught myself a lovely old mirror, real old looking wrinkly old mirror, weighed in at just under 26 £, and started the session off really good for me. I'm over the moon with that. That's a great start, and it was a really nice, lovely old looking carp. So that's my starter, and I've caught one. But since catching that fish, I've noticed that they've been cruising about up and down, sort of midway over. So I've just changed over to a zig bug on one rod, because they're not in the trees as much as they were earlier. They seem to be coming out and just, like I say, cruising up and down the middle. I've set myself a zig rod up, and I've pushed, I had a quick check on the depth, and it's about 6 foot. So I've just put one literally, hopefully, just inches under the surface. And it is a zig bug. I've caught loads and loads of carp on them. I've actually, whilst we've been chatting here to the camera, I've seen various fish swimming right over me rig, like well, my hook bait. I kept expecting the rod to burst into life while we're talking. So fingers crossed, I'm going to get my glasses on and have a little walk round the side there and see what I can see, and hopefully we'll get one on a zig as well later.